created the next generation Perseverance rover, my tribute to the landing. The circuit is extremely simple and it almost is like a template for NASA and whoever employs the use of this robot to expand upon. Simple, two wheels, no gyroscope by the way. This entire thing is encased in this ball, and these wheels move the ball around, if that makes any sense. It moves the robot inside the ball, which turns the ball around. And these wheels are perfectly flat, of course, so that it doesn't like start wobbling. There's no weight imbalance, nothing like that. In the front here, we have an MP3 module, and that actually plays the music that BB-8 played. A bunch of BB-8 tracks I found online. I put it on an SD card, inserted it into the MP3 module, and boom, now it plays BB3 music. BB-8 music, sorry. But this uses serial. My Bluetooth module also uses serial. So now what do? And I don't know how to do two-port serial connections. I struggled with it. So what I did was I used an Arduino Nano here and an Arduino Uno here. And an Arduino is essentially a computer, a microcomputer. So it handles a bunch of calculations and stuff. You can do a whole bunch of calculations. You can interface with different hardware components and stuff with it. So that's what I did here. I have one Arduino Nano and one Arduino Uno. The Nano is a Nano, not an Uno, because it takes up much less space. And then I have a battery pack powering the Nano, but also I have a 9-volt battery powering the rest of the circuit, the one that actually interfaces with the motors here that turns the wheels. Then I also have a speaker which is connected to the MP3 module. So there's two main components, the main assembly and then the MP3 circuit. So with that being said, let's carry on to the actual software, what I did during this quarantine. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would have probably seen the video where I talked about PSD as a part of like a science fair, like a maker fair over quarantine. So definitely go check that out. And yeah, so let's get onto the software. So now I've loaded up my code here that actually runs the software. So let's run it. So, as you can see here, this is the control unit. This is what I worked on over the course of quarantine. So, this is the actual temperature and the actual weather here. It uses what is known as an API, an application programming interface. Basically, it gets a bunch of data, and then I can display this data. So, from like a database, someone has like created a database full of like weather data. So, I'm just getting that data, and then I'm displaying it here. So, it shows the temperature and the weather of where PSD is in currently, and then it says the state. So I have turned my PSD on, so the state shows active. And this is a computer generated location of PSD. So it generates like a computer image of how PSD might look like based on its location and its geological data. So this is actually not an actual it's not an actual computer generated image. I just took this image of PSD and put it as part of the interface here because I have no actual way of getting geological and sensory data yet, because I don't have industry equipment to do that. So I have shown a template of how it is gonna look like. So then you have this button here that if you click, it shows you accelerometer and hygrothermograph data. So I'll explain what these are in a second. So accelerometer data is basically the orientation, the position, stuff like that. The data that tells the computer about PSD and its relative location and stuff like that. its orientation and how it looks like basically in terms of sensory data. And the hygrothermal graph actually gives like temperature and humidity data of the area around it. So as you can see here, the hygrothermal graph is reading 10.68 degrees Celsius, and the humidity is actually 67%. So this is the really basic interface, and it does serve its purpose, and it is really useful for engineers and stuff when they want to use this to see data about PSD and its location, or explorers and like astronauts and stuff like that if they want to read the data and then, like, output it and then share it with the rest of the world, you know. So that's what this is useful for, and that's why I created a software to interface with PSD. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. It means a lot, and I'll see you guys very soon. And make sure you stay subscribed for more videos like this, and let me know in the comment section what your favorite part of the video was, or if you want me to cover anything else related to my project. And I'll see you guys again very soon.